I never do that. Okay, no. We have all of these historic transect sites. We have longitudinal research projects. We have many classes with an emphasis on independent research. However, we have the issue of accessibility, in which not everybody can experience shoals in real life. Therefore, I propose a solution, that solution being virtual Appledore. I have created a series of videos using digital media, a series of maps using different mapping programs, and a series of lesson plans, all to be used off the island for anyone to experience Appledore Island. Now you might be wondering, why is this virtual? Why are we doing it at shoals? Why is it marine? Why is it science at all? To begin with virtual, being at field stations are often limited in terms of their resources or their accessibility. It is often dangerous for large groups of untrained people of any age to be at field stations, and it's difficult to accommodate them. Therefore, by making it virtual, we have the ability to make all of this wonderful experience accessible by anyone. With respect to Shoals Marine Lab, we are a 51-year-old historic field station with many ongoing research projects. As we also have many educational components such as classes or public programs, we are able to implement all of the products I have created as test products to different audiences, such as the Marine Science Teacher Training Program in August. With respect to marine, there are millions of people who depend on the ocean every day for food or for employment, or who live next to the ocean. There are many people who study the ocean, which is the world's largest biome, and look at it and would like to learn about the changes we are seeing with respect to climate change. Finally, with respect to science, by having science accessible by everyone, we can have anyone of any identity group, regardless of their background, have an experience with science, and this way, regardless of who they are, they will be able to experience science and become inspired, perhaps, to be the next generation of scientists to improve our human knowledge. To go into the first goal of digital media, I created a series of highlight reels as well as interviews explaining what the process is, as well as introducing the different fieldwork projects to the wider audience. So what I would do is I would take my expensive camera and carefully carry it through a variety of challenging field situations, and afterwards come back and edit it down into a dynamic 2-minute or 3-minute highlight reel. Let's go to an example of the term colony with Dr. Craig, and hopefully the link works. So what I had to do with Dr. Craig's video is that I would boat out to White Island, and it does go through. And it doesn't go through around the other screen. But if you'd like to watch the video, this is White Island. And so that was White Island in 2 dimensions. However, there is more that we can do with the media of also 3 dimensions. And so, if we get back to the top, I don't know how to scroll through this thing. I've also shot the entirety of the term colony in 3 dimensions with the 360 camera. And This thing didn't move, so I don't know how to. So the tech stuff is something to figure out for Kiggins. I'm clicking resume slideshow and it's not working. But I've also created a series of 360-degree photos for anyone to publicly access online in Google Maps.
Where's the state? Right.
So I took over 1,400 360-degree photos using this photo camera. I connected it to the Google Maps app and took enough photos so that one can virtually walk around all of Appledore with these connected photos. Now, if you haven't seen the 360 camera, here it is. It has a lens on the front and the back, and you can connect it using your smart device. However, by nature of the 360 camera, there is an issue that everything is in the shot. So you might wonder, how does one take a picture if everything is in the shot? So what I would have to often do is go to landmarks and sit like this underneath the tripod for about 30 seconds or so while the camera took its picture, and then I could upload them all for anyone to see on Google Maps. As the third and final project, we also have a series of virtual data sets, a photo data set of the intertidal, as well as a video data set of the tern colony. So for students and teachers, students can ask the questions such as, where does the brown algae like to live? Or what kind of food are the terns being brought back to the nest? And they can answer their own questions and generate their own hypotheses using Appledore data. So on one side, we get teachers who can implement real data sets into their classroom and have students use authentic examples for themselves to test and learn the scientific method. On the other hand, all of these students are also trained in real SML procedures. So in the future, we do hope to have crowdsourced data sets such as tern collection, such as tern feeding events on White Island, so that Dr. Craig, who is one person, can now have a large population of trained citizens and high school students to take data for her. And that way, symbiotically, the teachers and students get an authentic learning experience, and our SML scientists can get more data than they can collect on their own. In the longer future, we do hope to have students who carry out projects using SML data to participate in a poster or scholarship contest, eventually come to Shoals Marine Lab and experience Shoals Marine Lab in real life. However, that will be for a future intern. So to summarize what I've done this past summer, I have created 3 overall projects. The first being digital media, creating a series of videos such as highlight reels and interviews. The second being a series of maps, such as putting Appledore literally on the map. And finally, we have 2 different virtual data sets and accompanying lesson plans. I have 2 main people to thank, and those would be Dr. Blaine Kopp of the Kimball Union Academy and Mr. Mark Wiley of the UNH Cooperative Extension. Both these people are my primary mentors throughout the summer. And of course, I'd like to thank you.
Good job, Matt.
I have many of my own notes.